You need to move. Oh God. It looks good. Won't look like that whenever I shoot in a tree.
All right, fellas. It is mine and Shelby's first day out. Well, it's not our first day out. It's our first day hunting. It's the 4th of November. We've been running a bunch of cameras and stuff and haven't really had anything consistent. But we was up in this area the other day, kind of close to where Shelby killed her deer last year, but it's the same ridge system, but just probably 3/4 of a mile, maybe a mile away. It's an old pipeline that runs this ridge system, and it's really grew up and thick. But I got down in here the other day and I found 4 or 5 fresh scrapes. We had a camera here. And the batteries had a bunch of does and a bunch of deer activity, but the batteries had died the end of October. So when I come back up here, the batteries was dead and there was 4 or 5 big fresh scrapes and whatnot. So I've already got some sticks hung in a tree down here. And we're gonna slip down here and just hang out and see what happens this season. We got a really good wind for this set, we think. And Shelby's got a couple of options. She's got a big fat bear that's still out, probably filling his belly before he goes in for the winter. He'll probably be out, the next couple of weeks or something. And then she's got a couple different bucks that she could pull the trigger on if she wants to. So we're just gonna go down here and climb up a tree and see what comes in.
Want some?
Yeah, I want some. Well, we finally got everything lined out here. We're gonna slip down off this mountain. It's a big low gap here. Probably like 300 or 400 feet elevation drop on each side of this gap. So naturally these deer and animals in general just cross right here, but it's super crunchy. It hasn't rained in a while, so we're just gonna take our time and get down through here. This is Shelby's first time in a saddle. We've been practicing at the house some, but it's a hunting scenario. This is the first time, so we're gonna see how it goes. We've actually got a tree standing down here too, just in case all else fails, but we're gonna try the saddle out and see how it goes. All right, guys. So I know we was walking in there a few minutes ago, but once we got down into this gap, I felt the wind, and it's completely blowing wrong for that preset stand that I had hung down there. So luckily got the 1 sticks, thankfully. But I had to rush back up here to the side by side, grab these sticks, and now I'm head back down. Shelby's waiting on me, and we're gonna hang on the other side of this pipeline, just according to the wind. Not real sure what tree we're gonna get in, but the deer are just using this pipeline pretty heavy. There's scrapes and stuff all through it, so I feel like if we can just get anywhere off the edge of it to where we can get the wind right and have a couple of shooting lanes, we'll be in good shape. So I'm gonna bust it back down here to Shelby, and we're gonna try to get up a tree.
My stress level is at a 10. Stress level is at a 10.
You'll get used to it.
I'm feeling better about my saddle.
Is it a deer?
No, I've heard a few squirrels though. Right there.
That's a big squirrel.
That's 100% a squirrel.
Oh yeah, it's a big one. Alright, what's up, guys? It is the 14th of November, and me and Shelby are back out. We're going to go back up to the spot that we hunted a couple days ago. But before we get there, we stopped in the middle of this old road here, and we're going to hang her platform off this tree right here, just to get her a couple shots out of the saddle, just to make her feel a little more comfortable. But that's the game plan. Then we're going to get up on the mountain. So hopefully big boys are moving. All right. So we got that taken care of. Got Shelby a few cracks out of the saddle. First few shots she shot just a little bit high. I think she was a little nervous, and then she settled in and started hitting like she normally does. So no excuses now. If she misses up here on the mountain, it's not my fault, right? Yeah. It'll be my fault anyway. But so we're gonna head up and slip in a tree and hopefully make something happen. Ready?
Yep. Did you tell the situation?
No. Yeah.
Well, he checked the camera and he is bedded down in the spot. So we need Josh's decoy.
Yeah, we ain't got no decoy.
Mr. O.
Yeah, Mr. O for. So we got up here on the hill, and I just checked the camera, and the deer's literally laying out here in his pipeline. So there's a couple stair steps to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to slip down. We got the wind in our favor. We're going to slip down to where we hopefully can get eyes on him and watch him and see if he gets up and goes away from us. Great, we're going to slip in there and get in the tree. If not, if he comes towards us, we might luck up and get a shot at him on the ground. So that's the game plan. We're just going to slip in there real easy. I mean, we've got 3 hours, 3.5 hours before dark, so we got plenty of time. But that's the plan. We'll see what happens. Well, we finally got in the tree. That buck ended up getting up and working away from us, so we slipped down in here and got in a tree. And that buck was literally bedded right in there. But we got a perfect wind hitting us right in the face, going over this big holler, so we got about an hour and a half left of daylight. Kinda had to burn some time there, waiting on him to make a move, but gotta do what you gotta do, so we're just hanging in the tree now, waiting for something to show up. It is November the 15th now. We had a pretty good hunt in here yesterday. One of the deer that we was after was bedded down here, and he ended up getting up and working away from us, and we slipped in there and seen a couple small bucks and had another big buck chasing those. Just no shots, but we're going to slip back down in here today. I think I'm going to have to move on the other side of the ridge just because of the wind, but we'll get down here and check it and move accordingly. So it's a little bit warm. It's probably 65 degrees, but we're supposed to have a south wind, which would make me move to the other side of the ridge. But in these mountains, sometimes you can't always write that in stone. You get down in certain places, the way that the wind pitches off of these points and ridges and stuff, coming out of these hollers and everything else, you almost just got to get in there and check it. So that's the plan. We're going to get down here and see what we can come up with. So once we got up here, I had Shelby pull her boat back just to make sure everything was good. Because like I said, she's, yes sir, only her third set in the saddle. And she pulled back, everything was fine. Then she went to let off, and as she was letting off, her trigger hit her bridge, and boom. So we got an arrow down here in the pipeline, but we're settled in finally. We got caught coming up the tree. There was a little small buck and a doe come through here, so we kind of had to hang like squirrels until they got through. Well, Shelby did. I was already up, but we're tucked in now and got a good wind. Hopefully everything stays like this. It's really calm, crunchy, so we should be able to hear them coming from a long ways. I think, I don't know what Josh is doing. He's trying to decide what to do on a big buck that he almost had an encounter with there this morning. Then Jay and Jacob are in Ohio. I haven't heard much out of them today, so I'm sure they're up there grinding, but we got several good bucks in this area right here that Shelby could shoot, so hopefully one of them makes a move this evening. We are back at it again. Me and Shelby. We finally got some rain yesterday into this morning. Kind of quietened the woods down a little bit, but this is mine and Shelby's fourth set, I think, down in here. Going back down in the same area we've been hunting. Me and Jacob got out this morning, got wet, got cold. We ended up we seen several bucks, but just nothing we was interested in. So we adjusted some cameras and fooled around a little bit out in the woods, and then I met up with Shelby and we took the babies to the grandparents, and now we're heading in. I got a set of sticks with me just in case we get down here and the wind's wrong. So we'll see what happens this evening. It should be great. Temperatures dropped 20 degrees. It was in the 70s, and today it's in the maybe mid 50s at the most. So things should be right.
You said big brown hunts.
I thought it was. I was looking at him.
I could have killed him 5 times.
I wish you would.
So, we had a hell of an evening. About as good as you could have without putting an arrow in something. We ended up seeing 3 bucks, a doe and a button buck, and then obviously had that one right there on the ground going in. So it's pretty exciting. It was a good experience. I'm still a little butthurt that Shelby didn't pull the trigger, but like I said earlier, it's her tag, so she decides what she wants to shoot, and she's picky. So on to the next day. What?
I wonder why. I mean, you created the monster.
Yeah, I did.
Don't move, he's looking his way.
You just put an arrow in your bow. 75 yards from where we was yesterday, in the exact same scenario. But he just, we didn't have as good a cover, because he kind of caught us coming down this hill right here behind us. So we're going to ease on down and get in the stand, see what we can do. We successfully made it in the tree without running anything off. So we definitely know there's some deer behind us down in this drain. We got a really good wind. I mean, everything sets up perfect, so hopefully the big ones get on their feet.